Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to kick off showing a little game that yours truly made himself. It's not a Wall Street Bets style game, but it's at least a Small Street Bets style game maybe. I really didn't do a lot of due diligence. Gonna be completely honest, I just like Dollar General.
As for me, I like the stock.
I feel like they're a smaller alternative to Walmart. They've been underpriced a long time under the long-term trend. I've also noticed that the store is always full. They've always got at least decent deals in there and people bite and purchase just like they do with Walmart. So I ended up, instead of buying calls, I ended up selling one $86 strike price put because it was a $70 premium. And the only way I would be in trouble is if the earnings were so bad that they dropped under $86 from 97. Clearly didn't happen. I pocketed the $70 or $69, fitting profit number there. We've got some bigger fish to fry though, so we're going to go ahead and dive right in this week. Our first user is ShakeBitter242, who joined Reddit 4 years ago, telling the people of Boston to hold GameStop and AMC. I'm sure many of you remember that incredible story. He also likes Pokemon, but my hunch is it's the gambling aspect of buying and reselling packs. Fast forward to this week, and ShakeBitter242 reveals that he's been holding Palantir stock for at least 2 years. His initial $6,500 investment at an average price of a little over $10 has now ballooned to over $80,000. His question to Wall Street Bets was if at 1,100% gains, should he sell? I think we know that most people who ask this question aren't really interested in selling. Wall Street Bets was quick to call this guy out, both directly and sarcastically, asking what is even the point of asking when you know you're not going to sell, and annoyed slightly at the bottom his dry humor, saying no, hold for at least 1,500%. Time will tell if ShakeBitter242 ends up holding or folding. At least Theta Gang isn't working against him since he purchased shares and not calls. Sticking with the Palantir gains, did you hear about KittyLover-7 made their first ever Wall Street Bets post this week to inform us that they turned $4,800 into $7,300. Not exactly a huge gainer, but the cool thing is that they did it in 5 minutes with Palantir $132 zero data expiration calls on May 30th, realizing a profit of $2,400 in just 5 minutes. Am I the only one that noticed though that their math is absolute shit though? Apparently. Code Spider's comment here, man, is this devious or what? Imagine having this guy as your financial advisor. It's crazy you didn't start earlier. It's basically like this every week. Think of all the money you've left on the table as a result. You need to make up for the lost time and put up double next week. A quick meme break, this one from Kata Thunberg on Wall Street Bets, showing a man talking with presumably his girlfriend or wife who asks him what his favorite position is. His response, Nvidia long. To be fair, if that really is your favorite position, you're probably rich enough to support your wife, your girlfriend, and both of their boyfriends while you're at it. One more Palantir gain before we switch gears. I saved the best one for last. Wall Street Bets degenerate complex function 310 managed to turn 9K into six figures, $131,000, in roughly the same course of time that KittyLover did, but they bought slightly more at a slightly lower price. It's worth noting, though, that the slightly lower price combined with the slightly larger investment compounded to a way bigger gain for complex function. The 9K turned into 130,000 instead of 6,500 turning into 80,000. That's an over 60% difference in gain. But I think complex function's going to need it between his 4-figure watch, his 5-figure Lexus, and his 6-figure Bentley. I mean, this guy is just balling out here, not on a budget at all. Seriously, good luck to you, man. I thought this dialogue between a handful of retards and the replies sums up the cycle of thinking we all experience in our heads when deciding what trades to make. I'm about to buy some puts, so someone else is going to be buying some calls, which in that case it means it's actually going to go down, so you do need to buy puts. And this vicious cycle of thoughts just continues until you make a terrible trade and lose all your money. And last but not least, let me introduce you to DirectEnthusiasm1234. He turned $1,000 into $3,000 with Dollar General. I guess I'm not the only one bullish on DG. Direct joined Reddit on January 29th, 2021 during peak GME, but they were shilling not GME, but SOS. Right around where I left the ticker there on the red image there. It didn't turn out too well for him. He disappeared for 3 years, frequenting forums like VJC and Pokemon, which is a cool design there that you posted, by the way, man. He also keeps a close eye on what famous insider trader, I mean Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi's been up to, and he's pocketed some nice returns in the process of keeping an eye on her. Direct Enthusiasm displayed the profit from Dollar General with a $98 call. By the way, Dollar General during this time period of earnings raised from around $97 to over $110. So my put was a very safe, out of the money play. His call was a little bit riskier at the money. Theta's working against him, but he gained a lot more than I did. I'm surprised he didn't actually make more than 200%. given the gain Dollar General had of 15%, but it's probably because of the IV crush, which worked in my favor when I shorted the put. What scares me for this guy is the little text at the bottom of his post. You might be able to read that. I'll zoom in a little bit. He talks about getting a stock that isn't NVIDIA or Tesla to YOLO the 3K gain into for tomorrow. And of course, WallStreetBets did not hold back, recommending some of the most deranged trade ideas I've heard of with no good reasoning between Klaviyo, Freshworks, Volkswagen, good or not so good advice. Here's another meme I saw from Wall Street Better Abrams 840 earlier today. This one's for the bogleheads, specifically the ones who, like me, didn't quite go all in on the dip earlier in April, and now we feel retarded. And honestly, we kind of are. In other news, spring 2025 continues to be a doozy, specifically for the bears that continue to get wrecked on their puts over and over again. As user Serenity posted in Wall Street Bets memes, nothing ever happens. Well, until it does. Honestly, I thought one of the memes in the response was even funnier. For real though, the market seems to be ever increasing in its irrationality these days. That's all for now. Make sure to hit like and subscribe on this video for more Wall Street Bets degenerate analysis, and I'll see you soon.